In today's session, we will be studying class 11 statistics, chapter index number. Children, index number is a type of average which is mostly used for the purpose of comparison between the relative changes of one item with another item with the passage of time. On your screen, you can see that there are certain definitions which are given about the index number. Let us study the first one. Index numbers are a specialized type of average. This was the definition which was given by the Ampere. And he said that index numbers are a type of special averages which are utilized to measure the differences in the magnitude of one item with another item. Now, characteristics of index number. As with the definition, we can find out the features or characteristics. Among them, the first one is that it is a special type of average which is calculated with the help of numerical formulas. Index numbers are utilized to measure the changes in the level of a phenomena, that means in one value, price, quantity of one item with the profit, value, price, quantity of another item with the passage of time. And index number measures the effect of change over a period of time. We know that from time to time, the values keeps on changing of various items. So what is the change in the value of the item with the passage of the time or in different periods that we can calculate with the help of index number and then do comparison to conclude that which type of changes are taking place in the value of the items or any value in the market, like dearness allowance. That is also calculated with the help of index number, which shows in the change of the price or value of various products which are consumed by a family in a particular period of time. Uses of index number. Index number is very much useful in prediction. What does it mean? Index numbers give the knowledge as to what changes have occurred in the past. That means with the help of the present index number, which we have calculated, we can compare the situation which was prevailing in the previous period as well as on the basis of the present and previous information, we can frame the policies for future purposes and predict also that what will be the effect in future for a particular change. It is also very much helpful in comparisons. By index number, relative change occurring in the variables are determined, which simplifies the comparison of data. That means, as index number is calculated in percentage, so with the help of this index number, we can easily compare the available data in the present time with the previous time and conclude that what type of changes are taking place, whether it is a negative change or a positive change, especially in the field of prices of various products in the market. Useful in business. Index number measures the change taking place in the business world and are useful in making a comparative study of the changes. So with the help of index number, the businessmen, the traders, the government, they can frame future policies and they can compare their present situation, their present policy, and on the basis of this comparison, they can frame good policies for their coming years so that they can achieve their aims. Now, there are certain problems are also there related to the calculation of index number, that what are the various things which should be kept in mind when we are going to utilize index number to be utilized as average. First is the choice of the base period. This means that as we do the comparison of change in the price, value, or quantity consumed between two or more different periods, so while considering these different periods, we should be very careful that the gap between the two periods should not be too large or very less. Suppose if you are going to compare the price of present year, that is 2023, with the price of 1700, then the gap between the two period is too large, isn't it? So it is not going to give you the correct prediction or solution. So the base period, now what does the base period mean? The period or the year from which you are going to compare the present situation. In other words, the previous year, which is going to be the base or the year through which you are going to compare the present situation, is known as base period. The second is choice of an average. In index number, there are various methods which are available to utilize. So which average or which index average method is suitable for the present situation, that is to be very carefully studied, and then we should decide that which method we are going to utilize to calculate index number. Purpose of index numbers. That means what is the main aim behind utilizing or calculation of index number? What is the problem? And what type of comparison we are going to do? Which solution we want to have? That we should keep in mind. Selection of commodities. That means these are the various items which are going to be compared related to two different periods, two or more different periods. That should be also kept in mind, because comparison cannot be done with large number of items at a time. So only selective commodities which are of necessity as per the requirement of the study should be given importance while calculating index number. And the last one is data collection. That means what will be the mode or method of collecting information in terms of number, and how you are going to utilize it in calculation of index number. That is to be kept in the mind before utilizing index number. So all these things should be studied very well. They should be given in observation, and then only conclusion would be drawn related to the calculation of index number and its method to be utilized. Now, there are various methods of constructing or calculating index number. And you can see a flow chart here. The first one is unweighted method, which is also called as simple method. Second one is weighted method. Now, what is this unweighted or simple method? Unweighted or simple method means it is a method of calculating index number where each and every item to be studied is given equal importance. They are equally important during calculation of index number. They are of two types: simple aggregative method. Aggregative means average or sum, which is utilized for calculating index number. Simple average of price relative method. Here we give importance of price of each and every item. Second is weighted method. Under weighted method, on the basis of the preference or priority, weightages are assigned to items and then only index numbers are calculated. It can be also calculated in two ways. Weighted aggregative method, that means giving sum of all the prices of one period and then giving sum of prices of another period. Here, in next weighted average of price relative method, we will be calculating relationship between or product between the price of two different periods, and then we will be utilizing our index number. In today's class, we will be mostly focusing on unweighted method, simple executive method. Now, this is the simple aggregative method. In this, the sum of current year's price is divided by sum of base year price and the quotient is multiplied by 100. So this is the formula on your screen. Now, there are certain symbols. For current year, we use 1. Here you can see 1, it is written P1. So this 1 represents current year. And this 0, can you see the 0? This 0 represents base year, isn't it? Now, what does this P stands for? P stands for price. So that means in this formula, we are going to consider the price of current year and price of base year. And this sign symbol stands for sum. That means we are going to take the sum of current year price upon sum of base year price into 100. Why we are taking into 100? Because index number is always presented in percentage. And you know percentage is in 100, isn't it? So that's why we multiply it by 100. Now what does this P01 stands for? This P01 is the symbol utilized for indicating index number. So here you can see the symbols are mentioned. P01 stands for index number of the current year. P1 stands for the sum of current year price of all commodities. P0 stands for the sum of the base year price of all commodities. So let us use this formula in one numerical question so that it becomes more easy for us to understand. So here you can see that there is a numerical on your screen, which is having some commodities shown in the first column like sugar, milk, or wheat, clothes, and in second column you can see their quantity in various forms. So this is not going to affect our calculation. We are going to mostly focus on the prices of various quantities for two different years. Now here you can see the price for 2007 and here price in rupees for 2008. So which is the latest year? 2008, isn't it? So this 2008 is your current year. And which is the old year? 2007. So this 2007 will become your base. So in this third column, you can see the prices of various items for the period of 2007. And here you can see the prices of various items for the period of 2008. Now, same is used here in the form of solution schedule. So what we have to do, we have to take out the sum total of the prices of various items for the period of 2007. So here if we add the price of sugar in 2007, that is 2200 with 18 price of milk in 2007, 68 with the price of oil in 2007, 900 with the price of wheat for 2007, 50 for year 2007 as price of gold, we get the total of 3236, 3236. same way, when we add the prices which are given for 2008, that is the current year, this is the figure we are getting, that is 4,351. Now we will use these figures in our formula for calculating index number for the which year? 2008. Why 2008? Because 2008 is your current. So this is the formula for calculating price index. Price index is equal to sum of price of current year upon sum of price of base year into 100. So the value of price for the current year 2008 is what? 4,351 upon the price of base year, that is 3,236 into 100. When we will solve this, we will get 34.45. Now, what does this 34.45 mean? That the price in 2008 have increased by 34.45% than comparison to the previous year. And children, let us assume that if it is 134.45, then how can we draw conclusion? Because drawing conclusion is very important in index number. Then only we can conclude that what we have understood from the problem. So suppose it is 134.45, then we can say that the current change in the price is 34.45. How I am saying this? Because I have already told you the index number is calculated in percentage. And whatever is the price index of the previous year, base year, it is assumed that it is 100. Let me give one example. Suppose, just for imagination, the price index number for 2007 was 120, isn't it? Now in present year it is, suppose, 134.45. So when we will be drawing conclusion, we will not take 120 as the index number of the base year. We will assume that it was 100. And then we will deduct 100 from 134.45. So what you will get ultimately? 34.45. So this 34.45 will become your present year index number. So in today's session, only this much. In next session, we will move with another method of calculating index number. Please solve some more numericals and try to make this concept more clear. Thank you. Thank you very much.